What's up, guys? It's gonna be a long off-the-cuff video, so suggest you find yourself a comfortable seat and grab you a drink and maybe some chips and dip. Make sure you wash your hands first, though, right? Oh man, what to talk about on this off-the-cuff? There's so much to talk about. Yeah, we are kind of in bizarre world. I'm gonna crack my window here because it's getting kind of warm in here. Yeah, definitely in bizarre world. With the whole coronavirus scare and all that. So I got plenty of things to talk about. Also have a contest entry for Carltopia. Carltopia is having a contest for 200 subscribers, so congrats on 200 subs, Carltopia. I'll have a link to his channel in the description below. Definitely go check it out. I believe you have until Friday to get that in for his contest. And he wants to know what is your favorite decade of baseball? Now, this one was pretty easy for me. There was plenty of different decades that always like piqued my attention. I love the Ken Burns documentary. Any baseball fan loves the Ken Burns documentary, right? And I love those early dead ball era videos and like the characters that were playing back then in the early game. You know, it was a totally different sport back then, baseball. But that's where the romanticism of the game really started. I love the old, the dead ball, the early 1900s, from 1901 to, to about 1920 before, the game became about Babe Ruth and his greatness. And that was a great era too, the 20s, the 30s. Every decade of baseball has its stories, has its memories. But if I were to choose one decade, if I'm not going to choose the dead ball eras of the early 1900s, which have wonderful stories, it would be the 1990s. Now, I'm sure a lot of people my age would choose that era because that was our memorable era of time, if not the 80s. But like I mentioned before, I didn't get into collecting cards until 91, and wasn't even a baseball fan until 91 as well. So that was the year that the Braves went from worst to first. I became a baseball fan that year. And I guess I picked a good team to follow because they went on a pretty long streak of winning the division and making the playoffs, going to World Series, losing a lot of playoff games. They did win one World Series in 95, great memory. But the 90s were definitely the decade that I followed baseball the closest. Now that I'm back in the hobby, I've been following baseball a lot more closely the past season than I had since the 90s. But the 90s were definitely an era that was my favorite decade. You had the great Braves teams, you had the home run chase. Every era has its share of Hall of Famers, great players. You had players like, Ozzie Smith, Cal Ripken Jr. that were, super veterans at the time, been in the league in a while. You had young studs like Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, Chipper Jones, young pitchers like Smoltz and Glavine. Maddox was, already established as one of the best pitchers in the game. Clemens was already considered one of the best pitchers of all time in the 90s. Then you had the whole 98, home run race, which, many people say brought people back to baseball, and it did. It was an exciting time, to be chasing chasing that home run record, that hollowed Maris record of 61, which was broken both by Sammy and McGwire, but McGwire of course finished with 70 that year. But yeah, it definitely brought a lot of people back to baseball after they'd gotten that foul taste in their mouth from the strike of 94, which led to a shortened season in 95, which kind of has some tie-ins today. Are like, we gonna get baseball this year? Is there even gonna be a season this year? Those are the strange things we were discussing now. But he also wanted to show some 90s cards if we had some 90s cards of that era. But I'm, of course, not in position to show 90s cards right now. I'm in my truck in the Wally World parking lot. One of my favorite recording locations. You may have realized when doing these off the cuffs, I recently went into Walmart. But after this, I will do a quick hitter. Yeah, it's kind of a juxtaposition there to have a quick hitter after a long off the cuff video where I've been rambling for decades, and then to have a quick hitter after, it kind of makes no sense. But I'll put a link to I'll put a timestamp in the description to the quick hitter if you don't want to listen to all my rambling. Sorry you had to listen to at least 5 minutes of my rambling before I told you there was a timestamp down there for the quick hitter. But yeah, that is my contest entry for Carltopia. I will show some 90 cards during my quick hitter. Yeah, definitely head over to Carltopia's channel, give him a sub, hit that bell so you can see when he uploads stuff. He doesn't do live streams or anything like that, it's all uploads. But Carltopia enjoys his cards, he enjoys his beers, always trying out something new. He loves his IPAs. I don't care for IPAs. I'm not a big beer drinker. I'm not a big drinker, period. But when I do drink, I do like beer. Not a big IPA fan. It's a little too hoppy for me. I'm pretty sure if you drank them for a long time, it'd be a good acquired taste to get those hops. Some I've tried aren't too bad. Some have a lot of bite to them. But I'll leave the beer talk to Carltopia. He definitely knows his stuff about when it comes to all the different types of beers. Next thing I want to talk about is the NFL. Yeah, so like we don't have any sports to watch. But the NFL at least gave us some sports to talk about these past few days. A flurry of moves. So we are living in bizarre world. And I'm sorry if you can hear traffic driving by and stuff, but I got my window open because it's gotten warm out here and I got this stupid sweatshirt on. Because it was cool a little while ago and now it's warmed up pretty nicely. But yeah, the NFL. The NFL gave us a flurry of moves. Got to talk about sports. Got to think about sports here for a little while the NFL's got moves. But we are in a bizarre world. I've been saying that recently, ever since the whole, began with the cancellation of the tennis tournament in Indian Wells, which, is not really a huge thing because tennis isn't the most popular sport in the U.S. But that was really the one that kind of got the dominoes falling. NBA canceled, NHL canceled, MLB moved opening day back, moved it back again. Yeah, it's wild. It feels like bizarro world. And after this flurry of moves in the NFL where you saw longtime franchise quarterbacks move to other teams, it even feels more like bizarro world. Of course, the number one on that list is Tom Brady not re-signing with the Patriots, and reports are he's going to the Buccaneers. Tom Brady on the Buccaneers. Tom Brady not in a Patriots uniform. As a Dolphins fan, I can tell you this was a moment we have longed for. Jets fans, Bills fans, Dolphins fans, this is a moment we have longed for a long time. Tom Brady is no longer in the AFC East. So, while Patriot fans mourned the leaving of a legend, the rest of the NL East has rejoiced the leaving of a legend. All kidding aside, as much as Dolphins fans disliked Tom Brady, most of us can go ahead and tell you that we respected the game. Brady and Belichick were a perfect fit for each other. And man, they just steamrolled the AFC East. So many years they just steamrolled us. The Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, we were just, every year in and year out, just constantly getting punched in the mouth by the Patriots. The Dolphins pretty much held their own a lot of times in Miami. But, there were still times that the Patriots put it on us down there as well. Dolphins never really fared well in Foxborough against Brady. I think we only won, 2 games against Brady up there? If that. I think in his whole career, I think the Dolphins only won 2 games up in Foxborough. One was this past season. And I don't even think if one of the games he was even playing. I think that was one of the seasons he was injured. But yeah, so it's been total dominance by the Patriots. So Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. Bizarro world. Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers has been in San Diego forever. Phillip Rivers was San Diego's quarterback. The Charger quarterback is now a Colt. That's going to be weird to see. Phillip Rivers in a Colts uniform. DeAndre Hopkins traded by the Texans to the Cardinals. D-Hop. I don't know what the Texans are doing. I think they're trying to recoup some draft capital after they traded most of it to Miami this past season. Yeah, wild stuff. A lot of people, a lot of moves being made. A lot of people. Teddy Bridgewater going to Carolina. Tannehill getting a big contract. Tannehill, man, you got paid, buddy. That move to that trade to Tennessee worked out real well for old Tanny. You know, I mean, the Dolphins only owed him they were paying him like $7 million a year, and now he's getting paid buku dollars. Almost 20-something million a year for the Titans. That's wild. Nobody would have, when Tannehill was in Miami, nobody would have thought he was a $20 million quarterback. He was a good quarterback, not a $20 million quarterback. Yeah, so definitely a flurry of moves from a Dolphins standpoint. I've liked a lot of the moves they made. Some of them I'm kind of you know, they signed Byron Jones. I don't know if they've overpaid for Byron Jones. They already have Xavier Howard. They're going to have some really good cornerbacks. Still don't have a quarterback, but, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how the draft pans out. Free agency, they signed well. They signed Van Noy. They signed Shaq Lawson. Jordan Howard, who's, you know, kind of a veteran running back. You know, really veteran running backs don't last very long once they change teams, unless your name's Frank Gore. Yeah, definitely a flurry of moves in the NFL yesterday, which kind of made it a lot of fun to follow sports again, even though it wasn't actual playing on the field sports. It was definitely some sports action going on with the free agency of the NFL for the past 2 days. Oh, yeah, okay, something else I want to talk about. This will be the third topic I'm talking about today. So, over the past few weeks, I've been called out. Not really publicly called out, but called out for not supporting enough on YouTube. Whether it be watching videos, commenting on videos, being in live streams, or, you know, buying into stuff on YouTube, you know, with all the breakers and auctions and all of that. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. You know, it doesn't bother me at all being called out. And this isn't by one person. This is by a few different YouTubers when I say called out, I don't mean it to say in like a malicious way I was called out, you know. It's just, you know, I've been kind of, you know, gently questioned, I guess you could say, about certain things. You know, leaving comments on videos was one of them. Wondering if I'd been watching because I hadn't left comments on a certain person's videos. I'm not going to name names or channels that you know, asked me these, because, you know, it's not like I said, it's not malicious. This isn't YouTube drama. This is just, you know, wondering where I've been. You know, I still consider all these channels that did the questioning, you know, still channels I followed, you know, still part of the community I want to interact with and all that. This is not YouTube drama. Sorry. If you want to drop it a thumbs down for not hyping YouTube drama, apologies. But yeah. So when it comes to YouTube, where do I start? There is a lot of channels that I am subscribed to. I think currently as it stands, I'm close to 800 channels I'm subbed to on YouTube. 800 channels. If all those channels released a video every day and they were only a minute long, I still wouldn't be able to get to them all. You know, it is impossible to watch everybody's videos every release. Some people release videos daily. Some people release videos every other day. Some people release videos every, you know, once a week. But either way, when you're subbed to 800 YouTube channels, and the vast majority of them are in the card community, it's nearly impossible to watch I don't say nearly impossible. It is impossible to watch everybody's content every second of the way, and leave comments. I'll leave comments when I can remember to leave comments. But I do. I have a queue of videos I watch, and not everybody's videos makes it into that queue. I queue it up based on the title of your video. Yeah, so make some clickbaity titles, and I'll queue up your videos and give them a watch if I can, you know, have time, but I'll queue them up. Some videos I skip through, you know, and I'm sitting here making a off-the-cuff video that's going to be 20 plus minutes long, maybe even 30 minutes long, and, you know, I'm talking about how I hope you watch my video in the entirety, but, you know, I don't have any, you know, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I don't have any thoughts or hopes that you watch through this video every second of it. I really don't. You know, everybody has their own time. Time is a finite resource. We all only get 24 hours in a day. All of us. That's all the time we got. And we have to fit all of our activities for the day, all of our responsibilities for that day in that 24 hours. It is impossible to follow everybody in the community and leave comments on their videos. You know, I do my best. We all do our best to try to support each other in this community, but it's impossible to be able to show that support every second of the day. And this has to do with watching uploads, has to do with being in live streams. There are many live streams going on at the same time. I'm one of them. I live stream. I'm trying to live stream twice a week for my cardboard happy hour. I'm trying to get that to be, you know, an hour, you know, around an hour. Last night I actually did pretty good. I got it under an hour and a half. And it's been a lot of fun interacting with those of you that come in my stream and hang out and chat and buy cards or not buy cards, just hanging out and chatting. But at the same time, you know, there's other people streaming. When I was streaming, there was like 6 or 7 other card streamers that were streaming at the same time. And I'm not saying, hey, stop, don't stream when I stream. There's not enough time. There's not enough time for all of us to work around each other when it comes to live streaming. Yeah, you can work around each other. I tried to end my cardboard happy hour quick because I knew Deafness was coming on, and Deafness was doing an auction, $1 auction on Tuesday. Yeah, I try not to impinge too much on other people's streaming, but you have so many card streamers nowadays, it's impossible. There's going to be overlap. What was it, Saturday night when I signed on, there was no less than 10 people streaming. How do I choose who to support? You know, if I support one channel over the other, is that one other channel going to wonder where I was at during their stream? You know, I can't be in everybody's stream all the time. You can't be in multiple places at once. Sure, you can multi-box and throw up different streams and different windows on your computer, and, you know, but really, are you really paying attention to, you know, 2 or 3 streams at the same time? That's really hard to do. But yeah, so like, I guess you could call me like a hypocrite, you know, when that is, because, you know, there's a lot of content I just don't watch on YouTube, which is funny because some of that is content that I even put up myself. So if you get a mail day, sometimes I won't watch that mail day. If you get a mail day from a YouTuber I really like, I will watch that mail day. Certain channels I will watch all the time, and, you know, I don't want to sound, you know, to have this sound like favoritism and all, but we all have our favorite YouTubers. I can't say all of my 800 channels that I'm subscribed to are my favorite. I can't. That would be dishonest of me to say something like that. But, you know, I mean, what can I say? I don't want to be dishonest with you. I do have favorite YouTubers. We all do. Like I said, I can't say all 800 channels I'm subscribed to are my favorite YouTubers. I love a lot of you out there. You know, I'll name a few. Danny at 12 Against Sports and Outdoors. I'll watch all of his videos. Buttermilk. I try to watch all of Buttermilk's videos. Amio. I try to watch all Amio, Spidey, Pepino Man, Egg. I try to watch all their videos when they come up. Like, those are like my priority videos. When those pop up, they go into my stream. Modern Vintage Collector, you know, local guy. I try to support him. He's a local guy. You know, there's a few others. If I'm not naming you, it's not that I'm not watching your stuff. I am watching your stuff. But you know, there are those few favorites, and I'm sure I'm forgetting to name a few that I do definitely watch every time they upload. Wicked's one that I watch every time they upload. Brock's Boys and Aaron. I love Brock's Boys and Aaron. I try to watch them every time they upload something. There's just certain personalities out there that I really enjoy and love to watch and have to watch their videos. You know, those move to the top of the list. But, you know, there's other things that I'll skip. If you're breaking something that I've seen broken 20, 25, 30 times already, I'm probably going to skip it, you know. Which is funny because I do pack rips too. You know, I do my quick hitters, but I try to make them quick, you know. So that's another thing. If you want me to watch your videos, make them quick. Yeah, I guess you'd call me a hypocrite on that one, because I don't make quick videos, especially with these off the cuffs. When I get to rambling, I don't make quick videos. So yeah, you could call me a hypocrite on that one, definitely. But yeah, you know, make quick videos, I'll watch them. You know, if your video's under 5 minutes, I'm watching it. Ricky Russo, there's another channel I make sure to watch. You know, Russo, if you happen to see this, man, I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're doing well. You know, I hope to see another video pop up here soon. Gotta have me some Russo. I love Russo. The Russo Talks. Those videos are under 5 minutes, you know, and you're staring at a pillow. Not high production value in all Ricky Russo's videos, but I love them. But yeah, so like, you know, breaks, you know, there's only so much heritage breaks I can watch. There's only so much Donruss breaks I can watch. There's only so many opening day breaks I can watch. You know, series 1 breaks I can watch. And I feel the same way for those out there. If I do, you know, I did a Mail Day Monday where I ripped a tin of series 1, and I don't expect that to get a lot of views because, I mean, seriously, we are all series 1 out. Sorry if you can't hear me. There's a garbage truck kind of chilling over here. It's kind of loud. I don't want to close my window because it's getting awfully warm today. But yeah, I mean, you know, apologies, I can't support everybody. I wish I could, and I really do make the attempt to watch everybody's videos and support streams and all that, but the time constraints of a 24-hour day really make that impossible. So, what's the last thing I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, the elephant in the room, the coronavirus. So, here at Walmart, they're still cleaned out of toilet paper. I don't need any. I got some at the house. Enough to last me a good while. But man, this is crazy. No bread. No bread in the store. No TP in the store. No paper towels in the store. It's wild. People buying out everything. Hopefully they got all the stuff they needed, because, you know, eventually I'm gonna run out of TP too. You know, it might be a month or two, you know, before I run out of TP, but, you know, hopefully I can get some in a month or two. Bread, you know, I'm okay with bread right now. That, you know, my bread's probably only gonna last me a couple weeks. Hopefully I can pick up bread in a couple weeks, you know. But if we're on total lockdown, where we can't even leave the house, what are we gonna do then? We're gonna have to have bread lines, you know, drive through bread lines here at Walmart, where you got to make an appointment to pick up bread. It's getting wild, and you know, there's been a lot of people talking and a lot of comments left about, you know, oh, I don't like this. It seems like an overreaction. This is too much. You know, why is the United States doing all this? Why are businesses doing all this to try to prevent the spread? I'm sitting here looking at KFC, and there's like a line in the KFC drive-thru, because that's really what people get right now. KFC closed their dining area. There's a Culver's over there. They closed their dining area. Chick-fil-A's busy. Chick-fil-A's always busy, but they also closed their dining area. Yeah, it's wild, man. And but they're doing it for a reason, and I agree with a lot of the stuff they're doing. I mean, pandemics like this, when they grow exponentially. It went from what, like 900 cases in the U.S. like a week ago, and now it's over 4,000 or something like that. That's like exponential growth. So, you know, when you got a disease that can spread and double every week, or you know, every few days, where your cases are doubling, that's bad. That's bad. You know, I feel bad even sitting down this park. I feel bad going to Walmart today. Because, you know, there's always that what if. There's always that what if. But when you're talking about a pandemic that can spread, that's doubling every week or so, and can hit 100 million people, you know, in a month and a half or so, whatever the math is on that, that's wild. That is wild. And, you know, you got a lot more people passing away. And yeah, and I realize it's all elderly and stuff. You know, they say that, you know, the death rate of COVID overall is under 1%, but the death rate of COVID with somebody over 60 is above 4%, maybe even 5%. That is an insane percentage. And when you're talking about, you know, at-risk people, you know, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, it only affects old people. You know, the at-risk people, that's a third of the U.S. population right there. People over 50, over 60, you know, people with underlying health conditions. That's a third of the U.S. population. A third. Over 100 million people that are at risk of this disease killing. And, you know, when people say, oh, it's just the flu. Oh, you know, there's nothing to worry about. That's selfish thinking. That's thinking about yourself and not thinking about others. Because, yeah, you may get the sniffles. Yeah, you may get a sore throat. Yeah, you may be put down for a day or two because of the sickness, and then you recover and you're okay. But how many people did you perhaps spread it to before you even felt the symptoms? How many people did you spread it to? How many people did those people spread it to? How many elderly that you're being sick and you're spreading it by going out and about and not caring about the virus, you know, ended up in the deaths of multiple elderly people. And that's sad, you know, and I'm not just saying that as somebody with elderly parents, you know. You know, a lot of people in this car community are at risk people. So, you know, the whole washing of hands thing, the whole hand sanitizer thing, the whole wearing a mask, you know, those are precautions not only for yourself, but for others. If you're sick, wear a mask. If you're not sick, don't wear a mask. You don't need a mask if you're not sick. If you're sick, wear a mask, because that prevents you from sneezing all over the place, from coughing all over the place. Those are the ones that need to wear masks, the ones that are sick. The washing of hands, that's not only to protect yourself, it's to protect others. The use of hand sanitizer, you know, I keep one in my car here, you know. I got some scented hand sanitizer. Sweet clementine. Sweet clementine. Ooh, boy, you smell sweet. Actually does smell pretty good. I just touched my face. That's a faux pas. I touch my face. I touch my face like 100 times every hour. But I did use a hand sanitizer after I walked out of Walmart. So, you know, if the corona was on my pants while I was talking and now went in my nose, I got video evidence of it. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Just take care of yourselves. We don't know how deep this lockdown is going to go, how deep this quarantine is going to go. Walmart's still pretty busy. You know, there's still quite a bit of activity here in the Groovy Town area of Georgia. But, you know, that may change. Bigger cities, states with more cases, you know, it's going to get wild. So take care of yourself. Not only physically, take care of yourself mentally and emotionally as well. I will be live again on Thursday evening for Cardboard Happy Hour. Come in. If you want to talk about stuff, let's talk about stuff, you know. I'm your card tender during the Cardboard Happy Hour. I am doing it for you. And yeah, I am selling cards then. But if I go through a night and I don't sell a single card, that's okay. As long as I get to chat with you guys and hang out. Because we're going to be a little more isolated socially, you know. And it doesn't hurt somebody like me that's an introvert as much. But you extroverts out there, yeah, it can definitely pain you to be held up, and the majority of people are extroverts. So isolationism can really put a dent on your mental and emotional health, especially if you're an extrovert. Introverts can handle it a little bit easier. We're used to being alone. We crave the alone time. It gives us energy. But yeah, so definitely take care of yourself, folks. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And I'll quit babbling, and we'll head over to the desk for a quick hitter. Thank you all for listening to my rambling. Check out the description for the timestamps below. I know it's a little late to say that, but it is what it is. So let's head over to the desk. Okay, here we are back at the desk, ready to do our quick hitter. First, let's add to the giveaway stash. Got some stuff from that Fairfield football I opened last Friday, as well as some stuff from that tin that I got in my mail day Monday. I'm going to add those to the giveaway stash. Remember, to be eligible for your giveaway stash, all you have to do is comment on any of my uploads in the month of March to have a chance to win the giveaway stash. And it's not just that, it's also the February giveaway stash, which was kindly redonated by Wicked Discounts. So let's go ahead and get into these. Going to do a 2020 Series 1, 2020 opening day, and a Leaf Draft football. I just picked up this opening day while I was at Walmart. That you saw earlier there when I was rambling a lot. So let's go ahead and get into this. We'll do the Leaf Draft football. Y'all have seen me open quite a few of these because I always end up with quite a few of these. These are the triple play Honus bonus football. Every repack has a Leaf Draft in it, it appears like. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Alright, Troy Aikman. Seen this card before. We got Josh Allen, not the quarterback. We got a gold DK Metcalf, it's not too bad. Greedy Williams and Kyle Shermer. Shermer has a murmur. Alright. Let's get into 2020 Series 1. Got a Jeff McNeil on the back. We got a Cole Calhoun on the front. Jesus Luzardo rookie. It's not bad. We got a Bzz Correa. Tyler Beatty. Cattell Marte. Shout out Jeff Airtime. Chris Paddock. That's a Future Stars card. Jorge Polanco. Jose Abreu, League Leaders. There's a Glaber. Shout out to Spidey. Garrett Cole. Not the short print, though. Hey, there we go. Nice one. Nice one. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Bravos. We got an Aaron Judge Turkey Red. Don't Stare at My Jock Peterson. And Jeff McNeil Future Stars. Not a bad pack there. Not a bad pack after all, especially if you're a Yankees fan. Get a Judge and a Glaber. Also was a Chris Paddock in there. Pretty good pack if you ask me. The highlights were, of course, Acuna and the Jesus Luzardo rookie card. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and check out opening day. This is the first opening day I've opened. Of course, the design is going to be the exact same as that 2020 pack. But you may have some cool inserts, like perhaps this Judge on the back. Is a cool insert. Okay. I don't think this... What? Okay. Alright, I just pulled a pack out of that box. There's two cards in here. And one is a relic card. It's not often you pull hits at opening day. So this is an Aaron Judge sticker collection preview. So another Judge there. And we got some dirt. We got some Bryce Harper game used dirt from Citizens Bank Park. Diamond Relics. Okay. I wasn't expecting that out of my first pack of opening day. Not at all. Game used dirt found in this card comes directly from Citizens Bank Park. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I like these. It's the first dirt card I've ever gotten. That's really interesting. I wonder where they got that dirt. Is that warning track dirt? Doesn't look as bright red as infield dirt. Perhaps Pepino Man can tell me where dirt like that comes from. It looks very, very gravelly. But a Bryce Harper game used dirt card. That is very, very surprising out of opening day for me. Out of the very first pack. Wow. Okay. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything like this out of opening day. Especially not the first pack. I was actually hoping for just like a regular pack of cards with multiple cards in it, but instead we got a Bryce Harper. You know what? I'm gonna remedy that real quick. What do I do in my box? Okay, we're gonna do another pack here because I want to see like an actual pack of opening day. That's not really a good example of what a normal opening day pack looks like. So let's see if this is a regular pack. Okay, yeah, so multiple cards in this one, not just 2 cards. Okay, so we got JD Davis. JD Davis. We got a Pete Alonso Cup card. We got a Michael or Michelle Baez rookie card. We got a Franmil Reyes, Charlie Blackmon, Longo, and our insert is the Atlanta Braves. Very nice. Team Traditions and Celebrations. There's the Hank Aaron statue. That is awesome. Very nice. Got a nice little Braves insert to hold on to. Very sweet. So that's what a normal opening day pack should look like. Pretty much base cards, and did get 1 insert. That is very surprising. I'm not complaining about the hit. I just didn't expect that to be in the very first pack of opening day I opened this year. Appreciate y'all watching. Oh, real quick, let me clear some of this out of the way. Stack these up. I'll go through these later. Remember, some of these will end up in the giveaway stash. Alright, so I was talking about the Carltopia earlier with the 90s decade. I wanted to show some 90s cards. This is my 90s binder. Not going to really get a good angle on it here because usually I shoot from the top down when showing the binder videos. But here's just a bunch of 90s cards. All of these are Hall of Famers in here. Every single one of them. Ricky Henderson, Sandberg, George Brett, Dave Winfield. Just a big reason why the 90s are some of my favorite, was my favorite decade. Of course, you got all these Braves, great Braves pitchers up there up top. Greg Maddux, Glavine, you got Smoltz down here. One of the greatest rotations of all time with 3 Hall of Famers. Pitched a long time for the Braves. Puckett, the Kid, Boggs, the Hawk. So many Hall of Famers throughout the 90s. Fisk was still playing. A lot of 92 cards in here. But yeah, so a lot of really cool stuff in here. I'm not going to go through that because you have seen my binder videos before. Just wanted to show off some of the 90s cards I had. Just a real quick glance at them for Carltopia's contest. Alright, so if y'all managed to hang out throughout this super long video, really appreciate it. I will be going live Thursday night for another cardboard happy hour, and I will be also be going live on Saturday for the Bargain Buster group break number 12. Finally got it filled out. Thank you for everybody that bought into that. Bargain Buster group break number 13 will be up on the website shortly, cardhobbyist.com. Definitely check it out if you want to get in on the next Bargain Buster group break. Very fun. But if you want to hang out and see what it's all about, come hang out on Saturday. It'll probably be Saturday around probably around 11 a.m. When I do that break. So everybody that bought into the number 12 will be getting an email from me shortly about that. But thanks everybody for watching. This is the Card Hobbyist. Remember, you can only control 2 things. That's your thoughts and your actions. Stay positive. Keep ripping them packs. Be awesome. Be awesome to others. Wash your hands. Use the hand sanitizer. You know, get TP when you can. Get bread when you can. Looks like this is going to be a long run thing. I wish all of you the best. Hit me up on YouTube. hit me up at cardibs@gmail.com if you have any questions. If you just want to talk, we're all going to kind of be socially distanced, and the internet is a great technology to stay connected. But I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Peace.